Cornell Notes. Yeah. Let's go.
Cornell Notes are in the house tonight.
Everybody just have a good time.
And we're gonna make you learn to write.
Everybody just have a good time.
My name is Mr. Rush and I'm here to talk to you about one of my favorite things, Cornell Notes. Cornell Notes are going to make life very, very easy for you in your transition to high school and the workload that comes with it. There'll be a lot of teachers who talk very fast like me, and sometimes it's going to be very difficult to be able to record notes and keep all that information in hand. So there's a few tips and tricks that I'd like to give you about Cornell Notes. Alright, so the very first tip about Cornell Notes is that you would like to set your paper up in an almost two-column system with a third column here and about 2/3 of the side on this side of the page. If I were to draw the lines around, this would be your whole page. And there's a couple of really key things that you always want to put on every Cornell note sheet, regardless of what class it is. Very first thing is you want to put the topic up here. So if today's topic is how to take notes, and I also want to always have my name, the date, and the class. This will help with organizing in case your papers get misplaced or as you're going back to study these notes later.
In the class, Cornell Notes. Looking for info, don't give up hope. Teacher has a way to cope. Prepare for a test using what you wrote. Why take notes? I gotta know. Recall what's said, let's rock and roll. Top line, header, organize. Take the notes and summarize. Yo! Divide it into 3 sections. Draw a line on the left vertical direction. Take Cornell Notes. Yeah, draw a line for the header. Put one at the bottom. Now you taking notes better. Hey!
Cornell Notes are in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we're gonna make you learn to write. We just wanna see you
Take notes.
Think of it like this, that your main points or your main ideas are going to go on the left-hand side, and any details or information that goes further into exploration with that will go on the right-hand side. One basic example would be if I were thinking of vocabulary and I would write the word over here, my definition would go over here. And any other relevant information I could bullet and put below that, like part of speech, synonym, or antonym. Now, a couple of key things that I did right here that are really going to help make Cornell's very fun to look at. Fun? Did I say fun? Yes, Cornell Notes is fun. That you want to skip lines in between your main points so that your paper's not all bunched together. This will encourage you to look back over your notes later, which is the idea with the notes, that you are able to study in a very efficient manner and still have time for texting and video games.
And reading.
And reading.
Write notes fast, then go back and review them after class. We getting info, don't be mad, now stop. Forgetting is bad. Header at the top, yeah, you know how notes go in the box. You write them down, keywords on the left. Check them out, sum up at the end, you got it now.
Another important tip is to notice that, and that's right, I'm an English teacher saying this, that you don't need to write in full sentences. That abbreviations are okay. That you can use pictures or symbols. Bells and whistles can go off. You can draw lines to help you with a flow chart. The important thing is that you make Cornell Notes work for you and attempt to get your papers in a system that will help you want to look at them later. What you should do with Cornell Notes, the final tip I'm going to leave you with, and there'll be lots of more little instruction points we can get along the way, but the really important part with Cornell Notes is to keep trying during class and to keep trying to record that information, but when you get home, to fill out the part on the bottom of the page where it says summary. On this part of Cornell Notes, you will write sentences. 3 to 4 sentences per page. If you review your notes and can write 3 to 4 sentences per page at home every night, it would take you about 5 to 7 minutes per page, which is studying at night. In some classes, you will take 4 to 5 pages of notes, which would get you up to about the 25 to 30 minutes of homework you should expect each night from your core classes.
Every day I'm note-taking.
Every day I'm note-taking.
There'll be 3 ways that you'll be asked to use Cornell Notes here at Quinnipiac High School during your 9th grade experience. First is to take notes from lecture, and as I said earlier, some people will talk very fast and it's very difficult to disseminate all that information. So you want to pay attention to a few things when taking notes from a lecture. First, pay attention to my facial expressions. If your speaker or your lecturer is pausing or giving facial expressions like this, they are making a point that is relevant, and you should pay attention to make sure you're including that somewhere on your paper, that you've noted somewhere about that. Also make sure that you listen to pauses or repeated phrases. And here's an example. I just said, make sure that you listen to. Be sure to listen to. So the speaker right now is me, and would have repeated that information twice. That should definitely go down on your paper. Most times, if it's repeated twice or there's that pause, it's probably even the main idea and needs to go somewhere on the left.
Take notes, take notes, take notes, take notes. Study them later out loud. Study them later out loud. Study them later, study them later, study them later, study them later. Every day I'm taking.
If you need help with Cornell Notes, or even Cornell Note sheets if you'd like to use that, I have templates. So stop by and see me anytime. I'd be happy to help you and have a great start to your high school experience.